Hello everyone! Today in some parts of the world it is Christmas, so Merry Christmas. And for those of you who are living in California or the United States, I hope you are all having a very happy and warm Christmas Eve. So today I'm going to share with you my favorites for the month of November as well as December, since I wasn't able to film a November favorites. And I'm going to start off with my YSL Candy Lip Balms, and I received a ton of questions from you guys on Instagram regarding these two because I took them with me to Hawaii and I did post about them several times. So first things first, we're going to start with color number 2, and this is a papaya color. It has a sheer orange tint, but unlike a lot of orange tinted lipsticks, it actually leaves behind a pink papaya tone to my lips, so it doesn't look sickly or really orange. A lot of orange lipsticks tend to pull really yellow on me, so I can't wear them, but peach papaya is awesome. And number 4, which is a persimmon color, I believe, is a hot pink. And both of these colors are excellent because they don't contain any shimmer. They don't irritate my lips whatsoever. I can't use a lot of lip products because they make my lips peel like crazy. But the YSL Candy Lip Balms are really lovely. They feel a lot like Chanel's Hydra Max Lip Balm, except in tube form. They come in this gorgeous packaging with the YSL filigree. I highly recommend them, even though they are expensive for a lip balm, just because it's more hygienic than carrying around the Chanel Hydra Max, which comes in a black and white pot. I've showed it many times before. But I just did want to mention that for those of you who have been using YSL for a long time, I've been using YSL since 2009, I wanted to show you the Gloss Voluptes, which are the original YSL lip balm before these ever came into the picture. I had really been upset when the Gloss Voluptes were discontinued because I really loved these, but the new candy formula is even more moisturizing, and some people think it feels a little too slick, but I actually really like that because I don't like lip balms with too much shea butter or too much of a waxy feel. I like the really thin balms, so I don't find that the thicker the balm, the better the results. So that's why I highly recommend these YSLs if you're interested. Now for some more face product, I have been using the NARS Custard Radiant Creamy Concealer for a while now. I've had this for months, and it's one of the few concealers that I can use on my acne spots as well as under my eyes. It does crease just a little bit under the fine lines, but it does set after a few minutes, so you just want to keep tapping and blending it in until everything is concealed. So now for my blemishes, I like to use a spot concealer brush, and I've been using the Sigma Angled Pixie Concealer F69, one of their newer brushes for the season, and I highly recommend Sigma's new synthetic brushes. I just use my fingers for under my eyes though. And since we're talking about Sigma brushes, out of the 3 kits that they released recently, my favorite is the blending, and my favorite 3 brushes from that blending kit are the All Over Blend, which is the E37. It's a larger blend, but it can do exactly what it says, which is all over blending. And the Exact Blend, which is the E32. This is a thicker dome-shaped brush, but if you have a large lid space like I do, then it's kind of nice to use it into the crease. So that's that. And most importantly, I like the airbrush blender, the F63, out of all the new Sigma brushes that were released, because it has a really gentle touch. It's great for any kind of pigment. I can use this to apply really pigmented eyeshadows or use it to blend out the edges of the crease. So I highly recommend this kit because we can always use great eyeshadow blending tools. Now for my brows, I have been loving the Arched Longwear Brow Liner in black. This is a waxier pencil than I generally tend to enjoy using, but it's been working pretty well for my brows, and a lot of you did tell me that you like this color better than my Clé de Peau, which is still my favorite, I think. I was preferring the M one for a while, but I'm going back to the Clé de Peau just because I am considering dyeing my hair jet black again. Maybe not jet black, but dark. We'll see how it goes, but back to the eyebrow pencils. I just find that the Clé de Peau works a little bit better with my very fine, sparse brows. So if you have full brows and you just need a little bit of grooming and filling in, then the M might work better for you. But if you really have sparse brows and fine, thin brows like I do, which are barely there without any brow powder or product, then definitely stick to the Clé de Peau because you can create a more full eyebrow without the product clumping, because the wax content in this one is very low. And before we move on to some other products, I actually forgot about a concealer. I've been loving the NARS, like I said, but I recently purchased 2 of the Urban Decay 24/7 concealer pencils. I just find that these are awful under my eyes. I have dry under eyes, as many of you know by now, because I've talked about it so often, but I find that these cake, clump, and just accentuate every fine line underneath my eyes. The formula also accentuates dryness on any active spots, and I just didn't find it to be a very effective spot concealer. Even the NARS is much better at it, but the only thing that this concealer has turned out to be great for is cleaning up the brow area. For some reason, it has a really drying formula, so it's really nice around the eyebrow to clean it up and make it look really sharp. But it's a very expensive concealer to use just to clean up my eyebrows, and I very rarely, probably once out of 100 times when I do my eyebrows, use concealer around my eyebrows. So I just have to say that this is a definite miss for me. A lot of positive reviews are on the web regarding this concealer, but it just isn't for me. So if you have a choice, I definitely recommend that you try the NARS first. I didn't believe the hype around the NARS either, but I love the NARS and I don't like the Urban Decays. And finally, we can move on to the color. I've been using my Initiation Cream Eyeshadow by Chanel for a while. I don't like the Chanel cream eyeshadows all the time because they tend to dry up in the pots like this, and I just find that for a product this expensive, they shouldn't dry up that easily. But Initiation is a really lovely color for everyday wear. If you tone it down and put a matte eyeshadow on top, it's not as sparkly, but it's a very neutral brown and it's still fun. I just think that it's one of the best products that Chanel has released all year, and I think if you want a Chanel product from the holiday collection, which I already reviewed, if you already have red lipsticks, if you have neutral eyeshadows, then definitely try this cream product because it's just so smooth, so easy to use, and doesn't get cakey at all. So even if you have oily lids, it does tend to stay really well. And now for my only piece from Giorgio Armani Holiday, I purchased the Eccentrico Blush Palette, and it comes with 4 colors. I reviewed this on the blog, and you can still find it in stores and online, but it's likely harder to track down in stores. I didn't really show the brush that it came with the last time in the blog review, so I'm just showing it to you now. It is useful enough, but it just doesn't make up for the price difference. This product is very, very expensive, but it's the only downfall because I really love this blush. I'll put it on for you right now, actually, since I did say I would show it to you. I'm not wearing any blush today. It's a really, really easy to apply blush, and it has the perfect pink tint. I just put a little on just so you could see the color, but it's the right shade of pink for me, and it doesn't turn orange. A lot of pinks tend to turn really warm, so that's why I really love this one, since it actually wears true to color. So now for my brushes, I have 2 brushes that I wanted to share with you for face products. I have been loving the IT Cosmetics Flat Top Foundation Brush, and I use this with the powder. Unfortunately, their powder foundation in light medium, it has incredibly good coverage, but it's only good for those of you with pink toned skin. On my yellow toned skin, it's very noticeably pink, but their powder foundation brush is awesome. It gives great coverage. It is softer than some of the Sigma brushes that I've used, and it's actually more dense, so it applies product really well. If I'm just wearing powder foundation by itself, I just buff it into the skin in large circles, not just pat it into the skin like I normally do. Now, a brush that surprised me is the Makeup Forever 112 Straight and Wavy Face Powder Brush. I wasn't going to try the Makeup Forever brushes, but it turns out that I really wanted a brush like this, and it works best with my Giorgio Armani Powder Foundation. I actually just bought a brand new Lasting UV Silk Foundation Compact. I love the Giorgio Armani powder, but I dropped mine and it totally shattered. So lesson learned, better not drop this powder because the compact is very delicate. So this is my brand new one in number 4. I buy these from Bloomingdale's because Nordstrom's doesn't have the number 4 color in stock. It does come with a powder puff, but I don't like to use it. So what I do is just roll the brush into the compact and then roll it across my face, and it provides light sheer coverage, and I use this on top to set my liquid foundations. The Armani powder is already sheer for a powder foundation, so the brush gives me just enough coverage to set the foundations that I use underneath and make them not sticky and, you know, prevent them from moving. But overall, I absolutely love this brush. I didn't expect to love it so much, and I do highly recommend it. So this is, again, the 112 Straight and Wavy Makeup Forever brush. Now to remove any makeup residue like powder and foundation, normally I use cleansing oil, but whenever I travel and sometimes when I don't, if I haven't worn a full face of makeup, I'll just simply use a cleansing spa water wipe. I love this large size. It kind of looks like a Clorox wipe dispenser, but I use these a lot, and this comes with quite a few sheets, I believe, 70 cloths individually, and it's a lot easier to carry than the smaller packets. So I've talked about these before. Anytime I use another brand's cleansing wipes, I automatically get a pimple overnight or two. So I haven't used any other brand's cleansing wipes in over 6 months now, so I'm highly dedicated to these. You can get them at Sephora. Now for some Kerastase products. I've been using color treated shampoo and conditioners to maintain my color, but the Ban Chroma Captive and the Chroma Thermique, which is a protecting milk, have been really good to my hair. I absolutely love the way these two products smell. It's very sweet, so Crystaliste is more of a floral smell and these are more of a fruity smell, and I highly recommend these products if you have colored hair. They are a little bit more moisturizing than I expected, but the shampoo is sulfate free and it lathers really well, so that's always a good sign, because a lot of sulfate free shampoos, they just don't leave my hair feeling clean at all. And now for the Thermo Shine, I love all of Kerastase's leave-in products. I just find that they make my hair smell nice, and people comment, you know, they walk by me and they say, oh my gosh, what are you putting in your hair? Because it smells nice. And I have to say, all of Kerastase's products, I love the green packaging, the Crystaliste version of this. They're all really, really good. So at the end of the day, it just depends on what scent you prefer, I suppose. But this leave-in in the pink bottle, the Chroma Thermique Thermo Shine Reflection, awesome. So now for my sweater. I am loving this sweater for some reason. It just reminds me a little bit of Charlie Brown. I don't know if I'm the only one that thinks that, but I love the black underneath with the chevron stripes. I got it from Daily Look, and it's by the brand BB Dakota. I've also been loving this mink pink sweater. I wore this in my Chanel video, but you can wear it off the shoulder. I purchased it in a small, but if you want to wear it off the shoulder, you might want to size up one. Wear it really loose. You can also belt it, but it's very comfortable and it's semi-sheer. But if you throw a coat over it, you'll be warm enough. I just think that it's a great, these are both great layering pieces, especially for the winter. And that's a wrap for my November and December favorites. I hope you enjoyed this extra long video, but if you have any further questions about the products that I featured, please feel free to leave them down below in the description box, and don't forget to join the Space NK giveaway, which doesn't end until the end of the month. So happy holidays, everyone, and I hope to see you all very soon. Bye!